Welcome to #BookTubeSFF Babbles. This is a series that is being hosted by the BookTube SFF Awards. I will go ahead and link the Goodreads chat thread down below that is associated and has all of the topics. But this week's prompt is to talk about your favorite fantasy. I tend to read more SFF than I do fantasy, but I do have a couple of authors who I really love who do fantasy novels. The first one I have is Tamora Pierce. This particular book is called Terrier. It's part of one of her series called the Becca Cooper series. She does these stories that revolve around this universe called Tortal, and basically all of her characters are these young women who are challenging norms and embracing their own kind of self-determination over their own destinies. They're really well written. They have fantastic plots. I'm really excited because Tamora Pierce is going to be at Worldcon, and so I'm rereading a lot of her stuff right now. She's most well known for her books that revolve around a character called Alana, who is the first Lady Knight of Tortal. My favorite is actually about Alana's daughter. They're called the Trickster's Choice and Trickster's Queen. They're a duology, but she's fantastic and definitely worth picking up. Next on my list is an author I've really only started reading recently, and that is Lois McMaster Bujold. This book is called The Curse of Challon. Her fantasy stuff is set in what's called the Five Gods series. They are really interesting and engaging. Her character descriptions are fantastic. She really builds her characters well and integrates the plot both engagingly but also in their own development. This particular book is about a man who does not want anything to do with court life. He's kind of born a noble, but he goes off to war, and when he comes back he doesn't want anything to do with it, and he's thrust back in because he becomes the tutor to the heiress to the throne. It's very good. A lot of gods meddling in human lives and all sorts of good stuff. Lots of court intrigue. I really enjoy her writing style and her thought process. I love Jo Walton. I mentioned this in the underhyped fantasy books, or I mentioned her at least. This particular book is called Among Others. It's one of the books she's most well known for. Among Others is about a young girl who runs away from her mother to, it kind of accidentally, into the hands of her dad. And her mother has magic, and so does she, and they're kind of, she's dealing with grief and the potential that her mother wants to use the magic to harm her. It's not really clear if there actually is magic or if it's kind of a figment of this girl's imagination because she is in mourning. But it is very good. It also has one of the most beautiful homages to science fiction and fantasy books as a genre that I've ever seen. I love Jo Walton. Love. Then I have one that I think is just so much fun. This is The Memoir by Lady Trent. This is a series that's done by Marie Brennan about this woman who is born as a lady in, basically she's living in the countryside outside of London. She's part of society, but she is fascinated by dragons, and she's kind of taking the initiative to go out and become a female naturalist. It's really funny and engaging. The plots are really good. In my head, the main character is voiced by Kate Mulgrew from Voyager, so it just adds to that. She's got that similar, like, spunky lady tone that I love about Catherine Janeway and basically everything Kate Mulgrew's ever done. So I really have enjoyed reading these. And then the last one is actually a graphic novel, and this is Lock and Key by Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez. This is a story about a family with 3 children, and after the father's passing, the children go and move into, like, their ancestral home. and they find that there's a lot of magic involved, a lot of dark family secrets. They're quite young children, and at some points the oldest brother is a teenager, the middle sister is a young teen, and the youngest brother is like maybe 6. And there are a lot of like crazy stuff at work. They get these magic powers, and there's of course a bad guy who wants to have control over the magic. Very good. I've only ever read a couple of Joe Hill's actual novels, but I love this particular graphic novel series. It's 6 books long and well worth the read. It's like it'll tear your heart out and just leave it bleeding in front of you. So there you have it. Those are my 5 recommendations for fantasy reads. Let me know if you have a recommendations video or post up. Link it down below so I can read it or watch it. Let me know if you have read any of these books. I hope you're having a fantastic reading week. I will see you tomorrow for Friday Reads. Bye.